My name is Tim Palmer. I fly a Jodel DR1050 out of this farm strip in East Anglia.
Nayland traffic of Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel is rolling Nayland traffic. Are you happy enough?
I reckon.
Unusual, wasn't expecting to go down the hill.
Pardon?
I wasn't expecting to go down the hill quite so much.
It took a little while, didn't it? But it's okay.
Well, we haven't flown together for some time.
Yeah.
So this is you and I. One or two of my viewers have said, well, where's John? I said, well, he is about. We haven't done a lot of flying as such. The last time I flew with Duncan, but I had a sticking trim tab again. So basically today is to try and find out whether we fixed that, but he has got a special device which he's going to use tomorrow. He got it right ready to bring, but then came in the car, not the van. It goes over the end of this, and I'll film it for people so people can see, and it actually, under pressure, squirts oil down the cable to try and free it up. I'm just going to get up to 1,000 foot. We're not going to do much more than that underneath this cloud. We've had to wait for ages today for it to burn off.
You've got to be careful, because if somebody else keeps coming out...
Yeah, we don't like scud running just in case, do we? Really just a matter of testing to see. At the moment, I need a fair amount of forward pressure on the stick. If I release that, that's what I've got. Okay, so I need to try and trim that forward. Which I've actually done.
Hold up.
That one's not too bad. Bit of a tendency to go to the left, but that is where it should be.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So that isn't too bad, but it would be nice to get it absolutely fixed, because if you remember the last time it happened with us, and it happened with Duncan, as I went to turn it, it just goes dug, 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 and the cogs, because there's a knurled, the actual trimmer itself has got a knurled serration, hasn't it? And then it runs along a spring along the wire, which is what actually does the trick. Actually, the further nearer the coast there, the worse it is.
Yeah.
And the trouble is, it's 10 to 3. We've waited all this time for it to clear, and I got a distinct impression that it's beginning to close in again.
Okay.
Okay, coming your way. Clear in the turn. For the sake of the camera, John and I are looking forward to going to Santa Mare in June. The 7th and 8th of June. No, I think it might be the 8th and 9th of June. But because we thought we would be going with Sue, and we wanted to make sure we got across, we've taken the decision to go by car, because that way we know that we're definitely going to be able to go there and join them for their open day. I'm going to put a link up there now to videos of their last open day, which was really very, very good, very, very interesting. And it seems to be a thing that the French do. They have a weekend when they, it's interesting, quite a big drop, when they open up their regional airports and have the local communities going in and see. And there were thousands of people there last time, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Last weekend we had a good day, but I couldn't fly. Well, I could fly, but I went to Monudon in order to help out the Suffolk Coastal Strut, who were doing a youth day for aviation, and they had 40 scouts, and members of the club presented 5 different activities: navigation, principles of flight, understanding your aircraft, some radio controlled models which included a jet powered Hunter, and quite an interesting one where they had scouts learning to marshal.
Yeah.
And there was a buggy which I sat in on one occasion and actually filmed what was going on. But because it's youth, because it's scouts, because I haven't got permission to film it, I can't put it on the channel, but I just filmed it for the Strut, and they'll have an opportunity of seeing that once I've finished editing it. I've been working on it all week one way or another, but I have been down to Wiltshire to help look after the 4-year-old and 2-year-old grandchildren, which is always a delight. 2 weeks before that we were on the Isle of Wight looking after the 4 grandchildren there. They're all growing up very, very fast. With a camera underneath, amazing the extra building that there seems to be around all over the place. Hopefully that will catch that bit. I am going over to where my dad used to live, which used to feature quite a lot in the videos, only because Mark and Katie, who bought the house, their son and daughter-in-law have moved into my dad's old place,
Yeah.
which is quite nice. So I'm just going to have a quick look there before we sort of head back.
Yeah, fine.
Clacton wind turbines have just come up on the machine. I've got to make sure that I'm below 3,500 because we're just about to go into, or not into, go under Southend's extra little bit. I'm filming it, but it doesn't seem to want to film. There we are. So we're now going under it, but as we are only at 700 feet, I can't see that that's going to be a problem. Let's have a look. I'm going down. I'm going over the top now. Does seem very strange. Nobody's sitting outside. I did wonder whether they might be in their patio or on their patio.
Possible.
I would have actually gone over the top of Abberton today.
Right.
Because yesterday was the celebration of the Dams raid, wasn't it?
But I don't know.
Yeah. And as I've covered before in the videos, Abberton Reservoir there was the first one they ever practiced on.
Oh.
Because it was an interesting shape, but there were no hills around, so they got to practice without having to worry about bumping into hills or whatever. I'm going to put them all my side just so I can look down, okay?
Yeah, sure.
I'll go over the top of Wyvern Woods. Did you want to have a fly or are you happy?
No, I'm fine, I'm happy.
Although we're not doing very much today, there are a number of things that we're looking forward to going to in the future. number of events to fly into. But I always jinx myself if I say that we're going to go somewhere. That's usually when the weather goes bad or the aircraft goes US or whatever. But let's just say for the time being, we've got a number of things planned for the next few weeks, haven't we? Not least of all, the car trip to Saint-Omer. Because this will be 401.
400.
Video number 401. I was trying to scroll through some to show Toby the other day. And I needed to try and find the one of when we flew Jenny for her birthday. And we ended up doing a seal safari. And I just scrolling through and through and through and didn't realise just how many well, I realised how many. But when you look at all the thumbnails and you think, blimey. Quite a few people shopping at Tesco's.
Always is.
The trimmer is still quite tight.
Huh?
You haven't got that fine.
Like it a little bit better.
That fine detail. Because it's just nice to be able to get it trimmed so it's exactly right. It'll be quite a short video.
Sorry?
It'll be quite a short video once I've edited it down. But I do appreciate the fact that I've got something like 2,600 subscribers. I know it's not great, but I do appreciate their support. And I appreciate the fact that they stick with me even though my upload schedule has changed a little bit. But I was really pleased to see that Terry, with his channel Shortfield, with the sports cruiser, he has been invited to talk at the fly-in at Wickham. So he's had a slot on both days talking about his flying and his YouTubing. And bearing in mind his first video, and I'll put a link of that one, his first video was when he flew into Neyland, and that must have been 2, maybe 3 years ago. He's now got 10,000 or so subscribers. So he's doing really well. I don't do it for that. You know I don't do it for that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of fun for me, and it's a nice record of what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Neyland traffic, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel is approaching the overhead Neyland traffic.
Looks like Daryl's gone.
See?
Yeah, well, his car's not here.
Alright.
But Duncan's still there. It was interesting what Daryl said, that when they flew over the top of this one last week, that there were actually some aircraft parked on the strip and tents put up.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. But
On this strip here.
Oh, right, but yeah.
Neyland traffic, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel final, Neyland traffic.
Duncan said he cut a series of circles in that mushy bit. You can see it now.
Want me to, or do you do it?
Now we'll see what happens.
It's just...
No, I think we're fine.
Okay, good.
That's 2 nice landings. Well, thank you very much for the company.